Good morning. Friday morning again, huh? It's windy, very windy out there. I titled today's class Twisting into Spring. I had to stop and think of the three words that I used. So spring reaches us on Saturday, the vernal equinox. So we're moving from winter into spring. Life starts flowing again. My alarm clock's going off. Hang on, let me turn it off or it'll beep the whole class. Hang on. Not bad. I think I didn't change the time. It should have been a 6 a.m. ring, but I'm usually up ahead of time. So anyhow, moving into spring means new life flowing, the snow's melting and trickling down into the earth and nourishing that new life. In our bodies, we start to reestablish a quicker flow through the body. So remember, winter is a more slow, sluggish time. We go inward. Now we're getting more active and going outward and going outside. Hopefully, given all of the things that we've been through this year, at least we can venture outdoors. So with our flow today, we'll be doing a lot of twisting. Now, twisting brings movement all up and down the spine, but we're going to focus mostly on the abdomen. And those twists and our breathing patterns will help to massage the contents of the belly, which are digestive organs, and will stimulate that movement, stimulate the flow of our digestion, and in turn help get rid of toxins. It's just kind of a metaphor for what's going on in spring. So come to a comfortable seat. 2 blocks would be good. I'm going to turn to the side. Sukhasana, the shape that I'm in right now, would be really helpful for this one. This is a Kundalini move. Kundalini is a particular type of yoga. It's very much associated with the Kundalini energy, the feminine energy that's coiled up at the base of the spine like a snake. And through our movements, that energy rises up and out the crown of the head, activates the third eye. There's all kinds of cool stuff to learn about Kundalini, but we're going to use the movements, a couple of movements, to massage the digestive tract. So take your shin that's in the front. As you exhale, round the back. So this is cat. And as you inhale, come into cow. Nice slow movements to begin with, but Kundalini tends to be faster movement. So you start slow and you get faster and faster and faster. So get this movement down. Feel yourself rocking over the sit bones. And notice how this is a nice massage to the contents of the abdomen, both the crunch and the stretching out. Now start to get faster and move with the breath. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. So the breath will quicken. You can go as fast or as slow as comfortable, but the faster you go, the more benefit to the gut. This movement is called riding a camel. I've never ridden a camel before, but maybe it's like this. Let's do 10 more. And come back up to a neutral spine. Pause just to feel. Already, what's going on? You woke up the belly. That breath is a very invigorating breath. Now switch the cross of your shins if you're in this shape. Take your hands to your knees. This is similar to when we do our Sufi grind, and I focus on the bones underneath you, the sit bones and the pubic bone and the tailbone. This is more awareness to the rib cage, and you'll take that big circle and it brings a little more movement to the belly. So swing your ribs to your left as far as you can, and then swirl them forward as far as you can, and then to the right as far as you can, and back Get going with this. Notice how this really churns the abdomen, the muscles of the gut. So there's something called the belly brain. That's right around where the solar plexus is, or we'll go the other way now. If you're talking Tai Chi or Qigong, that will be the lower Dantian. And you've all heard, I felt it in my gut. So there's something to it. And keeping digestion going and keeping that gut healthy is really imperative for that communication to the brain. Now rise up to center. Pause again and just feel. We're going to take a twist. I want you to cross your hands over your chest. We're going to take the twist in 3 parts. We're going to twist in the belly, so lumbar spine, low back. Then we'll twist into the shoulders. Then we'll twist the neck. Try to keep the chin over the sternum here. So twist to the right. Just focus on the belly. Focus on moving through the belly, the abdomen, the low back. Then when you can't go any further, I want you to open your arms like airplane wings and let those wings twist into the ribcage spine, the thoracic spine. When you can't go any further with that, turn the head and look over the right shoulder. Sit tall and breathe into the gut. An exaggerated inhale and a very active exhale. Draw the navel back towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor, in and out, massage the gut. Now unwind and see if you can switch hands, if you can remember what hand was on top. If you just go to what's natural, it's usually the other way. So let's switch the cross of the shins and we'll take the second side, starting with belly. Focus on belly. Twist. And then open the arms wide. Let those arms take you into a deeper twist in the ribcage spine. And then take the gaze over the left shoulder. Exaggerated belly breath. Massage the gut. Now then, unwind, inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands home to the heart. Meet me in tabletop. Hands and knees. Push the mat away with the hands. Let's do 2 cat-cow, one each way, nice and slow, and notice the gut now. Focus on the gut. We're usually bringing awareness to the spine in these movements. I want you to focus on the gut. I think I did 3. Now we'll take our twist in this shape. We'll thread the needle. I want you to reach out with the left arm. Reach, reach, reach. Now take it behind the right. Reach and then go down on the shoulder. Take the right hand to the mat, push down. Twist the heart to the right. You can lift your gaze, turn the head. Just keep the neck long. You should feel very little weight in the shoulder and nothing in the head. If you feel that, shift your hips back. Breathe into the gut. Exaggerate that belly movement. Now push the right hand down. We're going to unwind by bringing the arm up towards the ceiling. Another little twist and then back down. Second side, right arm out. Stay strong in the left. Thread behind the left and bring that shoulder down, side of the head down. Press the left hand into the mat and twist the heart to the left. And maybe you take the gaze up. Exaggerated breath into the belly. Now press the left hand down. We're going to unwind and reach up. Nice twist that way. And bring the hands back down. Let's come into a child's pose. Just a brief one. Knees are wide. And you can either bring the arms down by the shins or arms between the legs, or the arms can stay out long or happy puppy if that works better in your body. And we'll take a few breaths here. Now really feel the breath. Big breath, overinflate, and then use the belly to push that breath out. 2 more. Last one. And then arms forward, press back into table. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. It's our first down dog, so let's find some space. Wiggle around. Notice how the body feels differently in relation to gravity in this shape. Feel a little maybe fullness in the head, that's okay. Bend the knees a lot. Lift the tailbone, reach down with the heels. Breathe. Now step the feet wide, left and right edges of the mat, and walk them forward just a bit. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We'll take this down dog twist. I want you to take the left hand under the belly, reach for the right shin, pull, twist, breathe into the belly. And unwind. Second side, right arm behind left, reach over for the left shin, pull. Twist the shoulders some more. Breathe into the belly. And then back to down dog. Step the feet under the hips, look forward. We're gonna slowly walk to the top of the mat. Keep the feet hip distance or maybe just a little wider. So maybe the inner edge of the foot is hip distance apart. Bend the knees a lot. Take your hands to your knees. Push on those knees. Keep them bent. Long, long, long spine. And then fold. Let the belly come down, chest come down, and let the head hang. Grab opposite elbows. Breathe into the belly. Feel the rise and fall of the chest as you breathe. 2 more. Now you can take a block or you can bring your hand to the mat. It doesn't matter. So we're going to stay in this shape. I'm really folded forward, kind of chair legs. I'm going to take my left hand to the block and take a twist by reaching up with my right arm. That right leg's going to want to pull back a bit, the hip, and the left knee might want to bend a little deeper. Let that happen. Play with your gaze now. Look down at the floor. Look off to your right. And maybe up towards the ceiling. Wiggle those right fingers. Breathe into the belly. Unwind. I'll take the second side. The right hand down on the block or the floor. And then reach up with the left. Now the left hip's going to want to pull back. Let it. That right knee might want to bend a little more. Let that happen. Play with your gaze down to the floor, off to the left, or wiggle those fingers and look up. And unwind. Lay the block aside, pull the feet away from each other, swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. I'm going to step back just a little bit. Keeping the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Bring your arms to your sides. Then swing the arms forward and up by your ears. As you exhale, we're coming into Utkatasana. Chair pose. Drop the hips, reach forward, reach with those arms. And then let the fingertips touch the mat if you can. And then lift the chest. Bring the hands to heart. Sink a little deeper in the hips. Maybe you lift the chest a little higher. Sink a little deeper. Now we'll take a twist here. Take the left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Push the right hand into the left. Twist the heart to the left. Breathe into the belly. And then inhale back to center. Sink a little deeper. Lift the chest a little higher. Take a twist to the left. Right elbow inside of the right knee. Push the top hand into the bottom and turn the heart to the left. Breathe into the belly. Unwind. And then take your fingertips down to the floor. You're still in chair. And then lift your sit bones. So forward fold. Now step back into plank. Wrists under shoulders. Make sure those legs are back there. You're on the balls of the feet. You can drop one or both knees if you need to. And we're going to come to the belly. See if you can control that descent. And if you need to touch those knees down before the chest comes down, that's fine. We're going to do 3 cobras, so a little higher. If you need a baby cobra, that's fine. Tuck the chin. Inhale up. Think long spine. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. 1 more. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Drop your heel. Now stack your hips. Now notice the shoulders want to start twisting too. Don't let that happen. Drop that right shoulder down. Square the shoulders to the mat. So you have a little twist going on in the belly. Right down there by the pelvis with that leg up. Breathe into the belly. So using the twist and the breath to stimulate, we call it peristalsis. It's the movement of the digestive tract. And square the hips. We're going to step forward with the right foot. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Make sure the feet are on railroad tracks. Now keep the left hand down. And we're going to twist this by reaching up with the right arm. Breathe. Important to be on railroad tracks because we're going to rise up in this twist. So see if you can lift. Now, as we're in this twist, I want you to focus on the region of your belly button. So see if everything above the belly button can twist to the right. And then a little tone to the lower belly from the navel down to the pubic bone and convince it to twist a little to the left. So it's like you're wringing out a towel, a washcloth. And we're going to cartwheel open to warrior 2. Drop the right arm down, cartwheel the arms around. Now you'll be facing your left. So check your feet out. Ooh, watch me fall. Bring the arms long, drop the shoulders. Tuck the sit bones underneath the hips. Soften the ribs. Make sure that front knee is tracking down the center of the foot. Breathe. Now we're going to come into side angle. So reach, and a block can be helpful here. So I'm going to bring the block to the inside of my foot. And as I come into side angle, my forearm can be on my thigh. Reach the left arm up by my ear. Or maybe you drop the hand to the block. And breathe. Two more breaths here. Now cartwheel those arms down. We're going to spin to the ball of the back foot. So back to a low lunge. And hop that back foot forward a bit. We're going to work to straighten the front leg. Blocks under the hands can be useful. Stretching through the right back side of the leg. So the posterior chain. Now lift halfway. And then belly comes down. We're moving at the hip, then the low ribs, then the head. Pyramid pose. Now let's take this into triangle. So keep the left hand on the block and use the right hand like you're pulling the bow string or the string of a bow and arrow, and open up. Breathe. Now see if you can rise up like this. Swing the left arm back and down. Take the right hand to your hip. We're going to bring the left arm up. This is a twisted triangle. So fold forward, reach with the arm, and then take the left hand over to the block or to your shin. See how much twist you can bring to this. You can reach up with your arm or take the back of your hand to your low back and twist. And unwind, rise up again, bend into that front knee, arms up by ears, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Arms behind you, lace your fingers. Open, fold. Reach up with the fists, let the head hang. And inhale, rise up. Bring the hands to heart. Now we're going to come onto the ball of the back foot again. So high crescent lunge. Arms up by ears. Now take the right hand to your hip again. Take the left hand behind your head. This is like you're posing for a picture. We're going to twist this lunge. I'm going to fold forward and take the elbow down to the knee. Unwind, frame the foot. Step back in plank. Lower down. Come to Sphinx. Elbows underneath armpits. Spread the fingers wide and then pull the hands towards you. Let that drag your heart forward between the gate of the arms, then push into the elbows again. Breathe. Now on your next inhale, press into the right hand to straighten that arm, twist and look over your right shoulder. And then down. Same with the left side. Inhale, press. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Let's do two more each side. One more for me. Slide the arms by the armpits, tuck the toes, try to lift up and plank. And then down dog. Swing your left leg back and up. Stack the hips. Unstack the shoulders, so press that left shoulder down. Let your head hang. You can shake it yes and no. Release the neck, release the cervical spine. Breathe into the belly, breathe into the sensation from this twist. Square the hips, we'll step forward with the left foot. Getting ready for our lunge. Railroad tracks with the feet. Right hand stays down, and the left arm goes up. Take a twist. Breathe. Two more breaths. Now see if you can lift up in the twist. Drop the left arm down and bring it forward. We're going to open up into warrior two. That was really awkward. Shoulders down. Reach both directions. Tuck the sit bones. Feel the power of warrior two. Now fold the forearm. We're going to reach out and come into side angle. So the forearm can be on the thigh, or you can start there. Set up the right arm and then drop the left one. The right arm can be straight up or by your ear. This shoulder kind of bugs me, so I'm going to bring it straight up. And whatever you're doing to support yourself on that left hand or arm, see if you can lighten the load. Engage the legs to kind of lift you up. 3 more breaths. Now spiral around. We're going to come back to lunge and then step it forward a little bit with that back foot. Coming into pyramid. Straighten the front leg. Lift the chest. Blocks are really helpful here, so you can really lift halfway and then commit to that fold. And then you can adjust the height of the blocks or just lose them and bring your fingertips to the mat. Pyramid. On an inhale, rise up. Swing your arms up by your ears. And we forgot triangle. I forgot triangle. So let's fold forward. And we'll take triangle. So block can be on the outside of the ankle, or you can take your hand to your shin. Reach up with the right arm. Length on both sides of the ribs. So don't just round into the left ribs. Reach with that shoulder, long left side. Now just come up. Arms up by ears. Now we're going to twist the triangle by bringing left hand to hip. Hold at the hip, reach with the right arm. And then take the hand either to the shin or maybe to the block. You can reach up with your arm or take your hand to your low back and twist. And then lifting back up. We're going to come into warrior one. Bend the front knee. Arms up by ears. And breathe. Arms behind you. Lace the fingers. Open through the front chest. Push the knuckles down. Float over. Humble warrior. Inhale up. Ooh. And then we're going to bring left hand to hip, right hand to the back of the head. You can be on the ball of that back foot, or if you're kind of wobbly like me, I'm going to keep my heel down. I'm going to twist and bring right elbow towards the left knee. Now frame the foot, step back in plank. And let's take this down to the mat and find crocodile. Stack the hands under the forehead, separate the legs, bend the knees. You know the routine. Windshield wiper the shins. Bring that back along for the ride. And even this little movement massages the front part of the belly. So bring the legs down. Just breathe. So spring is a time to let go and receive new. So with the heart facing the earth in our crocodile, see if you can lay here for a few moments with a nice breath and release on the exhale anything that you might be hanging on to in the heart, any stuff that you don't need anymore. Like I always say, you don't even have to know what it is, just that intention of releasing and letting go. Let go so you can receive new. We'll take 5 more breaths. And bring the feet together. Tuck the toes, press up into plank. And down dog. Tiptoe forward to the top of the mat. My mat's getting all crunched up. Keep the knees bent. Let the arms hang, shake your head. And knees bent with discipline, come up one vertebrae at a time. Really let the weight of the arms, weight of the head decompress the spine, but you're protecting the low back by keeping your knees bent. And inhale out and up. Exhale down. Inhale, swing your arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back in down dog. Swing your right leg up, three-legged dog. Now walk your hands to your left foot. We're in that direction, so we're coming to the back of the mat. I think we did this maybe Monday, or maybe last week, I don't know. We've done it recently, so standing splits. 3. Now we're going to try to rise up on that left leg. See how much balance you have. If you have to touch your right toe down, that's fine. And then bring the right knee up, so staff. Bring your arms in front of you and twist them to the right. Face forward. See if you can come back down. Standing on that left leg, boy, I took a dive. And back to standing splits. Back to down dog. Let's walk it forward to plank. And in plank, I want you to, you're on the balls of the feet now. We're going to shift the hips over to the right. Take a dip. Shift the hips over to the left. Take a dip. You feel this in your waist, your obliques. Let's do one more each side. So starting now, 1 and 2. Back to plank. Down dog. Now lift left leg back and up. Standing split. Walk the hands towards your right foot. And then see if you can come up standing on the right foot. And bring the left knee forward. Don't look, I'm cheating. I'm hanging onto the table. And come up into staff, standing staff pose. And stay here or twist to the left. Facing forward. See if you can go back down. I'll try not to dive this time. No promises. Oh, that was a little better. And then bringing the foot down. Come to table. Let's take a wide child's pose. Take it down. Let the heart calm down to the floor. Turn your head to one side. Decide what you want to do with the arms. It can be kind of up by your ears, down by your shins, or threaded in between the knees. Breathe into the belly. Now press back to table and find your way to a seated position with your legs out front, Dandasana, staff pose. Lean back, push into the floor, lift the weight of the ribs away from the pelvis and come up onto the sit bones. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, we fold at the hips. Belly comes down first, then the ribs. And then find a place for your hands. And pull. And if your knees are bent, like mine, now you've tricked your hamstrings a little bit. And you might, be able to straighten the knees a little more. Watching for the sensation to shift from the hamstrings into the low back. That means you've gone a little too far. Breathe. Now sit up tall. We're going to bend the right foot, bend the right knee. Bring the foot to the mat. Now keep the left leg active. Flex the foot. Right foot is on the mat. I'm going to come up on my sit bones, sitting tall, lengthening through the spine. And it's like I want to stand on that foot. I'm going to take my left arm around, wrap it around my knee. You can just hold on to your elbows here, or you can swing the right arm behind you. Keep the heel of the hand close to your hip. Push down to get long and then twist and look over the right shoulder. Keep your right thigh tight to the belly to make it a little harder to breathe. So we're churning with that massage. The contents of the abdomen, we're strengthening the diaphragm. And then unwind, face forward. Take the left leg a little past midline. And I'm going to take my right foot over, sit tall on the sit bones. Maybe this is it. Or maybe you twist this one too. Eyes tight to the belly. Untwist. Now take both hands to your left side. Roll over on that straight leg. Bend the knee. Bring the heel towards you. Now come back up on the sit bones. I always have to take my time with this. My hamstrings kind of get hung up on the sit bone. And now the right sit bone might not be as firmly grounded to the mat as the left. That's okay. Just keep reaching in that direction without leaning in that direction. Maybe this is it for you, or maybe you take this twist. I think this one's called Ardha Matsyendrasana. Half Lord of the Fishes, I think. Face forward, unwind, lean back, Dandasana, tap those legs out. Flex the feet, push the ribs up and away, come up on the sit bones, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, exhale, fold. We'll hold for a couple breaths. Maybe you get a little more length out of the legs. And inhale, rise up. We'll take the second side. Left knee bends. Bring the foot to the mat. Little space between the foot and the right thigh. So we're keeping things hip distance apart. Sit up on the sit bones. Right leg's active. Wrap. Maybe this. Or maybe you plant that left hand. Try to keep the hand really close to the hip. Push down into the mat and feel that help you rise up. As you rise up, push your shoulders down and keep reaching through the crown of the head. Take the gaze way over the left shoulder. Breathe into the belly. Thigh is tight. Unwind. We'll take the right leg a little past midline. Sit tall. Wrap and twist. And unwind. Keep everything like this. Bow down to the right side. Then bend the right knee. Bring the heel towards you. Sit tall. If this doesn't work for you, just come into Sukhasana. Sitting tall here. Maybe that's it. Or maybe you twist. See how much you can open that left shoulder. So open it back. And as that left shoulder opens, you'll feel the right shoulder have a little more space to come forward. And unwind. Let's come to our back. We've got a few things to do here, and then we'll settle in for a nice Shavasana. Lying back on your back. Keep the knees bent. And the knees and the feet hip distance apart. Pause here. With the arms just on the floor, someplace comfortable. I gotta move all this stuff away. And breathe. Now heel toe your right foot, just like we did when we were seated, a little beyond the midline. So now it's kind of in the center of the pelvis, between the sit bones. Cross your left knee over your right. Keep that foot flexed. Lift the knees. We're going to twist the knees to the right, to the left. I'm sorry, I have to stop mirroring here. And then take your gaze to the right. See if you can keep your right shoulder on the mat and let the weight of the knees pull you into a deeper twist. Take a gaze to the right. If having the knees crossed is too much, you can uncross the knees and just stack the knees. Breathe. You can even take the hands and kind of notice the way the twist is happening, again at the level of the navel. So I'm going to take my left hand to my hip and my right hand to my ribs. I'm going to pull my hip to the left and my ribs to the right. Kind of helping that twist out. Exaggerate the breath into the belly. And then uncross the knees and keep the feet on the floor as you lift the knees back up. Now we'll take the second side. So we're going to bring the right foot a little past midline. I've walked my heel now from in front of my right hip to in front of my pubic bone, right between my sit bones. Cross the left knee over. Stack the knees as much as you can. And flex the left foot. Now draw the knees towards you. And we're going to drop the knees to the right, nice and slow. So we'll engage the core muscles to control the descent into this twist. And take the gaze to the left. And a few breaths, just letting the weight of the knees pull you into a deeper stretch. Maybe you take your hands to the torso again, helping the stretch with your hands, helping the twist. And breathe. Uncross. Feet to the mat as you bring your knees back up. Walk the feet wide, left and right edges. And let's just do a nice easy windshield wiper twist. But focus on sensation in the front of your thighs. As you swing the knees side to side, you can reach that quad, the leg that's being stretched kind of away from you. Get a little deeper stretch. And also, if you want to, reach down for the ankle and get a deeper stretch. Let's take one more each side. And then we'll settle into relaxation, Shavasana. You decide upon your shape. Coming back to the breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. And it becomes very subtle as the breath settles down. And picture above you a ball of indigo blue light, or of the water element. And that light is so full, the ball is so full of light that it's just cascading out of that ball and spreading all over your body. And that healing blue light of the water element is washing away any last residue. Making everything new. As we launch into spring, new things, new beginnings. Now start to deepen your breath and let the image of that blue light dissolve. Start to move the body. And start to stretch in whatever way feels good. And exhale, draw the knees to the chest, maybe some hip circles here, maybe rocking from elbow to elbow. And roll to your right side. Stay there with your head on your arm. As you're ready to come up, reach long with the top leg. Press the hands down into the floor or your mat. And come back up to a seated position. Back where we started. So I have some equipment coming in. I'm going to try to take my practice up a notch, at least my live stream. We'll see how it goes. Today I enabled comments, so leave me a comment That for me is a leap in technology. So I don't know how this equipment's going to work. Fortunately, I have Ron and Sarah to help me out with it, but I'm going to try to improve the video, the picture. I have a new camera, I have a new microphone coming, and I'm about to figure out how to add some music without copyright infringement. There's a lot to figure out. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. So send me some good energy. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. And it'll be spring. Thanks for the